Setting up a secure and efficient VPC for hosting a web server on AWS. This podcast is brought to you by Business Compass LLC. We are an Amazon Web Services advanced consulting partner. We build and migrate workloads to Amazon Cloud. Our website is businesscompassllc.com. Our phone number is 973-638-2228. Our email address is contact@businesscompassllc.us. Introduction: the importance of VPCs and web servers in the digital arena. In today's digital age, web servers are the backbone of online services and applications, providing the platform for websites, APIs, and data-driven applications. Ensuring these servers operate in a secure and efficient environment is paramount for performance and security. Amazon Web Services, AWS, offers a robust solution through virtual private clouds, VPCs, enabling you to isolate and protect your web servers within a controlled network environment. Prerequisites for building a VPC and launching a web server on AWS. Before diving into the steps of building a VPC and launching a web server on AWS, ensure you have the following prerequisites. AWS account: an active AWS account with appropriate permissions. Basic understanding of networking, familiarity with concepts like subnets, route tables, and security groups. AWS CLI or Management Console access: ability to access and configure AWS resources through the AWS Management Console or AWS CLI. Step-by-step guide to building a VPC on AWS. Creating a VPC with public and private subnets. Log in to AWS Management Console. Navigate to the VPC dashboard. Create a VPC. Click on Create VPC. Choose VPC with public and private subnets. Specify a name for your VPC and enter the IPv4 CIDR block, for example, 10.0.0.016. Specify the subnet details. Public subnet, 10.0.1.024. Private subnet, 10.0.2.024. Configure NAT gateway. Select the public subnet for the NA gateway to allow instances in the private subnet to access the Internet. Adding additional subnets to the VPC. Create additional subnets. Navigate to the subnets section in the VPC dashboard. Click Create Subnet and add more subnets as needed, specifying the relevant IPv4 CIDR blocks, for example, 10.0.3.024 for an additional public subnet. Configuring route tables for network traffic flow. Create route tables. Navigate to the route tables section. Create a route table for the public subnet and another for the private subnet. For the public route table, add a route to the Internet gateway. Associate the public route table with the public subnets and the private route table with the private subnets. Creating a security group to act as a virtual firewall. Create security group. Navigate to the security group section. Click Create Security Group and name it appropriately, for example, Web Server SCEG. Define inbound rules allowing access to HTTP, port 80, and SSH, port 22. Define outbound rules to allow all traffic. Launching a web server instance within the VPC. Configuring instance settings for web server functionality. Launch EC2 instance. Navigate to the EC2 dashboard and click Launch Instance. Choose an Amazon Machine Image, AMI, such as Amazon Linux 2. Select an instance type, for example, T2.micro for free tier eligibility. Configure instance details. Select the VPC and the public subnet. Enable auto-assign public IP. Associating a security group with the web server instance. Select security group. Choose the previously created security group, web servers during the instance configuration. Installing a web server, database, and PHP libraries. Connect to the EC2 instance. Use SSH to connect to your instance using the key pair specified during launch. Install web server, Apache, database, MySQL, and PHP. Update the package repository, sudo yum update y. Install Apache, sudo yum install, httpdy. Start Apache, sudo systemctl start httpd. Install MySQL, sudo yum install MySQL y. Install PHP, sudo yum install php MySQL y. Restart Apache to apply changes, sudo systemctbd. Conclusion: Benefits of using a VPC for web server deployment on AWS. Utilizing a VPC for your web server deployment on AWS offers numerous benefits. Enhanced security. Isolate your resources within a private network. Controlled network traffic. Customize route tables and security groups to manage traffic flow. Scalability. Easily add additional subnets and instances as your application grows. Flexibility. Configure the environment to suit specific requirements, ensuring optimal performance. By following these steps, you can build a secure and efficient VPC environment, providing a solid foundation for your web server on AWS. Thank you for listening to our podcast. Please share this podcast, visit our website, and follow our social media links.